Okay, so as we know from the previous wars, what ends a war is a treaty. And so the treaty that is going to end World War One is the Treaty of Versailles. The Big Four are going to meet to come up with this treaty. You have the leaders of France, Britain, Italy, and of course, on the end there, our very own Woodrow Wilson from the United States. Now, Woodrow Wilson had been preparing for this. He had come up with his own peace program. It's called Wilson's 14 Points, where he believes in having a peace without victory. He does not want to punish. He wants open diplomacy. He wants an end to all these secret alliances. He wants restoration of freedom of the seas, no more of these blockades where you can't trade freely. He wants a reduction in arms. He wants self rule, self determination. Unfortunately for Wilson, though, like the political cartoon is showing, the Allied nations, this little boy over here is representing the Allied nations. It says, to the victor belongs the spoils. The Allies are not interested in what Wilson wants. Wilson wants a way to prevent future wars. He wants a peace without victory. Um, the only point in his 14 points that is going to be included is the 14th point, which is the League of Nations. The League of Nations is an international diplomatic group that was developed after World War One as a way to solve disputes between countries before they erupted into open warfare. And so Wilson really pushes, he wants the League of Nations included in the treaty, and it will be. He is going to have to give up, though, on a lot on his other points. Okay, so at the Paris Peace Conference, Wilson attends as the U.S. delegate. He believed that no one was in this for rewards. Unfortunately, he was wrong there. The other countries did want rewards out of it. France wanted to humiliate and destroy Germany so they could never do anything like this again. So, like I said, he's forced to give up many of his 14 points. The Allies do, however, accept his plan for having a League of Nations. They do believe in this. They do believe this is a way to prevent future wars. Now, France is going to insist on Germany accepting guilt for the war, and they are going to have to pay financially for the war. Britain also wants reparations. Reparations are payment from the enemy for the injury that they suffered in the war. And they decide that Germany owes the Allies $33 billion dollars for World War One. This is not good. Germany is never going to forget this humiliation. Ultimately, this is what's going to lead to World War Two. So the Treaty of Versailles presented to Germany on May 7th, 1919. At first, they refused to sign, but with the threat of invasion, they had no choice. And so this political cartoon is showing you Germany, the British Empire, France, America, Italy, Japan holding the German Empire. Then here over here you have the Big Four, and they're forcing the peace terms down Germany's throat. So the Big Four pills. The Big Four are going to force Germany to accept the Treaty of Versailles. Now, the treaty has been accepted by Germany, and then Wilson brings the treaty back home so that the Senate can sign off on the treaty because the president can't just sign off himself. The Senate has to approve it. But our U.S. Senate refuses to ratify the Treaty of Versailles. The reason why is they don't want us to be a part of the League of Nations. I like this political cartoon. It shows you Uncle Sam right here. He's getting married because he wants to join the League of Nations. But the U.S. Senate jumps in and they object to this wedding because they don't want foreign entanglements. They are worried that if we join the League of Nations, we are going to end up getting involved in wars that won't concern us. And so they do not accept the treaty. So we do not join the League of Nations. Had we joined the League of Nations, who knows what would have happened? But we did not.